Hey, I want to do a quick second here and introduce myself of who you're working with and who designed these family office type strategies. See, I want to take you back actually to when I was just a kid. I had the best upbringing you could ever imagine. I had 3 brothers, a father, and a mother who were all very loving. My 3 brothers and my dad always taught me that it was never good enough. And so it's always pushed me to kind of how do I keep pursuing more. I always like to tell the story, and this is kind of what sticks out in my head, is one time when I was a freshman in high school, I was playing on varsity, and I stole home plate during a baseball game. Now, I've never seen anybody steal home plate, I don't think ever since then, only in movies. Well, right after I stole home plate, my dad was telling me how I could have done better. And that sums up basically how I was raised. No matter what I did, I could have always done it better. And when I couldn't be pushed any harder, my mom stepped in and shared with me that none of it really matters. And so that's really the thought process I have is how do we push as hard as we can in life, but remain unattached to what we're doing and the outcomes. See, then when I was about 12 years old, my parents decided to get divorced. And you can probably tell by most people getting divorced is that if you've ever been part of it, that kind of creates that disruption. So we had to move out of our nice house into a smaller house. We had some utilities turned off during that process. And there was my mom left. She was getting some great child support from my dad. I love both my parents, but she was left there now raising 4 boys by herself. So I saw those trials and tribulations, and I said to myself is, how do I make sure that I create some wealth for myself? And so I just kept pushing and got into the financial world. So I've been in the financial world for 20 years, working for Allstate, AXA, and Ameriprise, and working with financial companies all over America. I came up with these strategies that I call the family office strategies. Now, obviously, I'm a very diligent reader. A guy named Jim Rohn taught me when I was just 19 years old is that work harder on yourself than you do on your job. You get paid in direct proportion of how much value you can create for others, and you create that value by always learning and always pushing yourself to get better. And so I've kept that as my mantra for my life ever since I was 18 or 19 years old. One thing I would like to ask you is, have you ever heard of what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas? Well, that's not necessarily true. I met my wife in Vegas. I was there at Caesars Palace Pool for a bachelor party, and she was there for a birthday party. She liked the way I looked on my shorts, so she hit on me all day. But we know that wasn't the case. But she blew me off for 2 years. Finally, she came to Chicago for a business meeting. And as we say, the rest is history. Now we have 2 great boys. At the time of shooting this, we have MJ, who's 4, and Axe is 2. And that is not their name on their birth certificate. Matthew, and Axe is actually Alexander. But family, and that's me each and every day. What inspires me is to work with hard-driving people, business owners, people that are out there solving the problems in America, helping other people solve their problems, and employing people. So what I do best and what I enjoy best is working with small business owners just like yourself, just like myself. And so we've come up with the family office strategies, and really what the family office strategies do is build on the plethora of knowledge that gained years, 1 in the financial industry and 2 in the business marketing consulting industry. I've done over 2,000 stand-up presentations training people on sales and marketing. I've done over 13,000 one-on-one meetings on financial strategies over the last 20 years. And this has led me to the strategies right now that we put in the family office to help you maximize your business, grow your business, maximize your cash flow, make sure you're paying the least amount in interest, maximize your tax efficiencies, and grow your wealth. And that's just a little bit about what drives me each and every day, my family, and helping great people just like you that give me energy to want to do more. And that's ultimately what we do in business is how do we create that passion, that strong energy in my family and working with